Well, good evening. A Central Sioux Falls neighborhood looks a lot different today than it did 4 years ago this week.
The area south of Interstate 229 near the Big Sioux River by Rose and Lotta Streets saw significant flooding, with first responders quickly coming to the rescue. Tonight, we're catching up with people who were there in March of 2019. KELOLAND's Dan Santella has an update for us tonight. Good evening, Dan.
Maybe you remember our live coverage from South Minnesota Avenue that March. Today, we had the chance to catch up with two people who were directly impacted. Scott Vanderberg had a choice to make back on that cold and wet day in 2019 in his neighborhood just south of the Big Sioux River.
They rescued myself, my wife, my sister-in-law, and the brother-in-law, and they came up to the house and said, "You guys are flooded. Do you want to be rescued?" And everybody's panicking. My basement was filling up, and we thought, we might as well.
After the flood, he had to make another choice, whether to sell his home. He opted to stay.
And I'm going, I can't buy a house in this market. I don't want to start another mortgage at my age. Why don't I just stay here? What am I to do?
Veronica Meza-Fisher also lives in the neighborhood. Back in 2019, she was renting her home.
It was crazy, to say the least. It was probably up to my thighs, or at least waist deep. It was super unexpected since it was just rapid flooding.
Now she owns the house that has weathered everything since the floodwaters of 2019.
The house has stood strong since the flood.
City of Sioux Falls Emergency Manager Regan Smith says 2019 showed what can happen in a low-lying area.
This is a flood-prone area. You're right next to the river. There is no flood control that really protects this neighborhood, that protects most of Sioux Falls. The flood control system, the dikes, the spillways, things like that, does not protect this Tomar neighborhood.
Tomorrow night, I'll have a closer look at the city's program to buy properties in the neighborhood.